Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and productive day. Please remember to leave a comment, like, and share. And in the news this morning for January 31, 2024, alleged car thieves granted bail. Two men accused of stealing a motor car were granted bail when they appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday. They are 33-year-old Ramon Williams and 30-year-old Vernell Marsh, both of Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Parish Judge Cajon Lamy granted bail on condition that the accused reports 3 times each week to the Spanish Town police station and reappear in court on March 12. It is alleged that about 2:25 a.m. on January 12, the complainant parked his 2013 Toyota Wish motorcar at home in Whitewater Meadows. He woke up to find it missing, and a report was made to the Spanish Town police. About 2 p.m. that day, the police received information about a car fitting the description and intercepted it along St. John's Road. They were taken into custody and subsequently charged. Fraud accused to return to court on March 11. St. Catherine resident Tajay Brown, who allegedly conspired to defraud $1.9 million from a bank account, will appear in the St. Catherine Parish Court on March 11. When the matter was mentioned on Tuesday, the accused was not in court, reportedly due to a medical condition. A bench warrant was ordered by the judge but was later stayed until his next court appearance. Brown is charged with a conspiracy to defraud, possession of criminal property, and engaging in a transaction involving criminal property. Attorney Dr. Kez Miller told the court that his client is committed to clearing his name. It is alleged that the complainant discovered that $1.9 million was removed from one of his accounts. A report was made to the police. On January 12, Brown reportedly went to a bank and attempted to withdraw $1 million, purportedly for construction work. The institution's internal security mechanism was engaged, and Brown was apprehended by police at the location. A subsequent search was conducted at his home, during which a number of items, including a laptop and documents reportedly tying him to the fraudulent transaction, were found. He was charged following an interview with his lawyers and later granted bail. CPFSA relocates a child seen on video being beaten by father. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency says it has relocated a child who was seen being beaten by an adult in a now viral video. The incident happened on January 21 in St. Mary. The agency says it has confirmed that the child is an 11-year-old girl and that the adult seen beating her in the video is her father. The agency says that the child was being beaten with a piece of bamboo. The CPFSA says a medical examination was undertaken and the child has been referred for counseling. The matter was also reported to the police. The CPFSA and the Ministry of Education and Youth continue to call for an end to all forms of child abuse. We encourage adults to look into positive and alternative ways of disciplining their children. Violence against the children leaves psychological scars that may affect their development as well as their ability to become productive members of society in the future, CEO of the CPFSA, Loretta Adams Thomas, says. Witness identifies voices on audio recording. Denver Lynn Minot, the prosecution's main witness in the Tonya McDonald murder case, was recalled to the stand Tuesday morning to give additional evidence and identify voices in the secretly recorded conversations between him and the murder-accused Everton Beach Stout McDonald. During his evidence, marshaled by the prosecution, Minot told the court that he began recording the conversations after Tonya's death. Minot is serving 19 years for his role in the July 2020 death of the woman. 5 cellular phones, 10 SIM cards, and 1 memory card were the devices Minot said he used to capture the conversations. Minutes into his evidence, Minot told the court that he recorded the conversations after Tonya's murder. But less than 30 minutes later, he said he began recording conversations on a black phone the moment he received it from Mr. McDonald until the night of Tonya's death. Minot said the first phone Mr. McDonald gave him was a blue. The convict said he purchased the memory card and inserted it along with the 2 SIM cards Mr. McDonald gave him. He said he recorded about 20 conversations on that cellular phone before Mr. McDonald instructed him to return the device because it had information that could be traced back to him, and so he removed the memory card and returned the phone. He further told the court that it was a similar story for the other phones. According to Minot, he kept the memory card and later inserted it into his cellular phone, which he handed over to the police when he was arrested in August 2020. And earlier in the proceedings, Minot identified his voice and the voice of Mr. McDonald during the playing of excerpts from the secretly recorded conversations. After the playing of one of the excerpts, Minot identified his voice, asking Mr. McDonald to give him $30,000 to pay the taxi operator who was in the businessman's yard. Earlier in the trial, Minot told the court, while detailing failed attempts to kill Tonya, that a taxi operator transported him to Mr. McDonald's home. He also identified his voice saying, "We just want that man to feel good." In another excerpt, Minot identified a voice said to be Mr. McDonald's saying, "We no longer can meet again, we can only link pandemic where we have." When asked to explain what Mr. McDonald meant, Minot said not to check him back, collect the money from the person. Minot also identified his voice, complaining, "Work take too long." He explained to the prosecutor that work was to kill Tonya. Mr. McDonald and his co-accused Oscar Barnes are on trial for the murder of Tonya McDonald. JCF High Command takes disciplinary actions against the cops participating in viral Tik Tok Trend. The Jamaica Constabulary Force High Command says it has taken disciplinary action against the cops engaged in a Tik Tok trend, arguing that their actions depicted in the video reinforce several negative stereotypes associated with our force. Such representations are not consistent with our current transformational thrust towards building a professional organization, the JCF High Command said in a statement on Tuesday. The JCF has made significant investments to raise the standards of our people, quality and technology, and as such a behavior will not be tolerated, the JCF warned. It pointed out that the disciplinary actions have been taken against the members in keeping with the force's commitment to maintaining professional conduct. This measure is part of our broader effort to ensure that all personnel's behavior is consistent with the policies and ideals of the JCF. It is important to reiterate that this is not an isolated incident. There have been other instances where members, while in JCF uniform, have used their personal social media platforms to publish content that could potentially bring the organization into disrepute. The JCF High Command categorically states that such behavior will not be tolerated, the statement read. It went on to say that all members of the JCF should be reminded that under the regulations of the Book of Rules, it is a breach of conduct to publish or cause to be published any form of communication while wearing the JCF uniform without the express permission of the Commissioner of Police obtained through the head of the Corporate Communications Unit. The uniform of the JCF is a symbol of trust, responsibility, and public service, and it must be worn with the utmost respect and professionalism. During the course of this year, the JCF will undertake a wide-scale sensitization program focused on reminding our members of their responsibilities for responsible social media use, it said. While we acknowledge that our members are entitled to a degree of freedom of expression on their personal social media platforms, they must be reminded that, even in their private capacity, they can be identified as JCF members. As such, they must avoid any behavior that may be deemed as unbecoming of a policeman or policewoman, the statement added. The JCF High Command also stated that it remains committed to upholding the highest standards of conduct and service, and it is urging all members to reflect these standards in all aspects of their professional and public lives. Jamaicans must push for fixed election dates, says NIA. Watchdog group National Integrity Action is urging Jamaicans to continue to press the authorities to implement fixed election dates. Founding Director Professor Trevor Monroe said that Jamaicans should renew the call as there is widespread support for the move. We are the boss, we are the citizens. It should not be left up to anybody at the highest level to keep us guessing and to set a date at their own convenience, he said, calling for fixed dates for both the local and the general elections. This is not a unique call. Both the political parties in the past and the relevant constitutional commissions have supported that call, but yet we still do not have fixed election dates. That is something that we need to contemplate and we need to support, he insisted. Professor Monroe was speaking Tuesday at a press conference. The local government election should be held by February 28, while the general election is constitutionally due in 2025.